Number 10. What did you get for number 10? On page 400. I know. What are you going to get? What kind of association is that? Negative. Okay, so it wants us to describe a set of real-world bivariate. Bi means two variables. That just means we're comparing two variables, x and y. And look, we thought of some good ones, but they didn't have low numbers, so we might have to use the one the book used, which I'm not crazy about. But can you think of one?
X is days and Y is money.
X is days. Okay, and money you spend. Okay, that's a good one. So X is the number of days, and Y is the money you spend. Because it's got to come down. It's got to be you spend, or not that you make it or anything, huh? Okay, so that's a really good one. So the first day, well, 0 days, well, it doesn't have 10 there, but at one day you had $10, right? Day one. Day two you had $8. Well, it's not the money you spend, it's the money you have. Sorry. Good deal. Okay, if we're going to draw a trend line, which is what our lesson is today, is being able to draw a trend line. What you do is you count the data, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we got to make sure that how many's on either side of the trend line? 5. So try to get your line. Oh, I got it. And everybody's is going to be a little off, a little different. Nobody's just going to be, everybody just can't be the same, exactly the same when you're doing that. Okay. All right. So that would be a negative trend. Would you say that all the points, all the data is close to that trend line? So it's a strong correlation, a strong association. It's strong because all the points are really close to that. Now, if it had an outlier, it would be like way up here or way down here. That would be what an outlier would be. And we wouldn't even look at it if there was 1 point way off. Okay? Now look at number 11. What do you think about that? Huh? Are all the points coming down? What about no? There's no association. Look, guys, the points are scattered all over the place. Look at the points. They're all over the place. Let's think of two sets of data where one number has nothing to do with the other number. No, an outlier is a point that's way off from the other data. Oh, come on. Think of something. Think of something. Let's do your age. Or an age, because your age is not on there. There you go. That's a good one. So let's let X be your age and Y be the number of pets. So let's say there was a 6-year-old with 1 pet. But there was a 1-year-old with 5 pets. A 10-year-old had 4 pets. So your age has nothing to do with the pets. No correlation, no trend, no association. Very good. Okay, page 400. Oh, we're done with that. Okay, look at page 401. Okay. Now, today's lesson. Okay. We've been doing trend lines in the other section, but today we're going to draw a trend line and write an equation of it. What do we need to know to write an equation? to write this, okay, that would be to draw the trend line. We need to know how many points there are. But to write the equation of that trend line, Brooke, we need the slope. And what that is, the slope incident, the constant rate of change, and the y-intercept. Thank you. So we need the slope and the y-intercept of that line. Can we do that? I would think so. Since we've worked on it for 8 weeks, we should be able to do that. So what I need you to do right now is take all these points and put on the scatter plot. Put all these points, and some of them you can't get exactly. You're going to have to just estimate where they go. Do that for me real quick. Okay, y'all got it? Okay, how many points are there? 9. So we need to try to find uh 4. Yeah, but we need to get what? 4 above and 5 below? Or there might be 1 point on the line, and then there would be. Okay. Well, that's where mine's going to cross. Look at there. Is that what y'all did? So there's 220 is on the line, and then the other 4 above, other 4 below. Okay. Okay. So now it says to use your trend line to predict 4.5 miles. So we're going to go to 4.5. What's at 4.5 right there? What point is that at 4.5? 45 miles. So yours might, 45 miles, 45 minutes, excuse me. 45 minutes. And remember, the slope is represented by minutes per mile. Look, minutes per mile. Minutes per mile. Minutes per mile. That's what the slope is represented by, because that's what it's y over x, minutes over miles. Now, we made a prediction because we could see it on the graph, huh? Okay. If we can't see it on the graph, then we need an equation. That's what we're going to have to learn to do, and it's easy. So, how well does this trend line fit your data? Are all the points close to that line?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, if there was an outlier, it'd be like way up here or way down there. So that wouldn't even count. We wouldn't even look at it. Okay? So it's a strong, linear association. And this kind of gets you ready for next year because you're going to do some more with this next year. But you see that it's a strong linear association because it's real close to that line. Okay? All right, page 402. If there was a graph, and one talking about that one, if you had a graph that had no association like the other one did that we just saw, would there be a way that you could make a prediction? If the points are all over the place, could you make a prediction about what might happen? No. You don't have anything to go by. Okay, now we're gonna learn how to write the equation. Well, not learn. We already know. We're gonna review it, aren't we? Okay, so right here, this shows a relationship between the number of pages and the number of chapters in the book. Okay? So, to write the equation, first we have to get the slope. Now, we're going to use points other than what they used, because there's no way I know that 5 is 50. By looking at that, look, do y'all know 5 is 50? I don't, just because they told us it was. We're going to use 2 more points that we know for sure are on that line. You're not looking at the points, guys. You're looking at the line. So let's use 0, 0. Now give me another one. That's on the intersection. Oh, I see a good one. Oh, good, Trent. That's the one I saw first, right off the bat. So we're going to use 0, 0, and 660. Does everybody see those 2 points? Hey, everybody see them? Okay, and how do we get the slope? We run, how many? Huh? 6, guys. You're looking at this axis right here. It goes from 0 to 6. 0 to 6 is 6. Oh dear. God bless you. Then we're going to rise how many? 60. So 60 over 6 is 10. So to write the equation, we go y equals 10x. Is it proportional? Yes, it is. It's proportional. Now, if I wanted to make a prediction, I would use that equation. What does X stand for? Now, what does X stand for? Chapters. What does Y stand for? Pages. So, on page 403, number 3, what type of association does that scatter plot show? What is the meaning of the slope? No. There you go. So, since the equation is y equals 10x, what can we assume? There's about what? 10 pages per chapter. Guys, pages is your y. Chapters is your x. So it's about 10 pages per chapter. What is the meaning, and remember those 2 little snakes, something's about. What is the meaning of the y-intercept? What is the y-intercept on this graph? 0, 0. So what's the meaning? 0, if you have 0 chapters, you have 0 pages. I mean, that's a no-brainer, really. Okay, number 6, what kind of relationship is that on that graph? It's positive. So what I need you to do now is use the trend line to write your equation. The first thing I want to see over here is where you got the slope. Right over here. You find 2 points that are on intersections. Find the slope, write your equation. Go. Let's see what you got, people. I'm going to pause it. So guys, I use 0, 0, and then I use 10, 9 because I can see that exactly on the intersection. The others were close, but that one was dead on. So, I'm going to go over how many? 10, up 9. So 9 over 10. So y equals 9/10 x. Is it proportional? Yes. Okay. Now, if I wanted to make a prediction, let's say for 3 rainy days, how many umbrellas were sold for 3 rainy days?
1.
On 3 rainy days, how many umbrellas? About 3. You can't buy 2 and a part of an umbrella. Can you? Yesterday, I got out of the car at church to go into Sunday school, and the wind come by, and my umbrella inverted. So it's going in the garbage. Tore it up, and I got wet all the inside. Mine doesn't do that all the time. It took it and inverted it and broke one of the things off. Okay, so on 3 rainy days, 3 umbrellas were sold. Okay, so that's a prediction that we can see on the graph. That's okay. If I said, well, on 20 days, that's not something I can look at, can I? On 20 days. So I'd have to put 20 in here. Now, can you sell 9/10 of an umbrella? Yeah, you'd have to round it off to 1, huh? Okay. If you were actually doing the work and thinking about it. Okay, good deal. Right, look at page 404. Okay. On 404, number 1, I want you to draw the trend line, or let's draw it together. Let's draw it together. How many points are there?
10.
Okay, so we need 5. Oh, let's think of something first. We forgot to do this last period. Look at this. I'm recording. Okay, thank you, Doug. Look. Always study your graph first. Always study I'm bad about just looking at it and start doing stuff. We're doing the price per ounces. The price per ounce. So let's think about it. We buy fruit at the grocery store, that's price per pound. But if you were buying, well, I guess so. If you were figuring, you don't buy Coke. Well, yeah, I guess you do in the like soda fountains, and I guess per ounce. I guess you could figure it that way. But the more you buy, on this, is it going to be proportional? Most likely. Yeah, they're not going to cut you a deal like if you get by over 10 pounds, apples are cheaper. Now, if you buy bag apples and all that, that's something different. I'm just talking about normally if you go pick apples out of the bin and put them in your sack, they don't go, oh, well, if you buy more than that, 5 pounds, you get them cheaper per ounce or pound. So this is going to be proportional. So what we need to do is try to get our line, our trend line to go through 0, 0. And we need how many? 5 on each side. So put your ID down where you can have 0, 0, and then we got to count 5 on each side. Oh, I got it. Well, one's going to be kind of on the line. It's going to, oh, mine went right between them. How do we know whether this trend line is a good fit? Okay, good. If the points are close, are they close to the trend line? So this is a strong association. And, Logan's right, and you have the same number or close to the same number above and below the line. And when I say line, I mean trend line, huh? So the points are close to the line, and they're the same number above and below the line. So, and that's a strong association. And now, we need to go write the equation. The first thing I want you to do is go find the slope. Find 2 points on there, guys, that are close to the intersection. Are we going to use 0, 0? Yes, we are. Go, everybody go use 0, 0. Find another point that's at the intersection. And remember, you're doing price per ounce. Price per ounce. So what other point did you use? Oh, that's the one I used. Look, does everybody have 18 1.6 on their line? If you don't, let's all use the same one, okay? So just put a point there at 18 1.6. And it should be close to your line if it's not exactly on it. Okay, we're going to go over how many? 18. We're going to rise how much? Right. So that's 160 divided by 18 ounces. So round it off to the nearest cent, which would be about what? No, wouldn't it be 9? When you round off the 8, we make the 8 go up to a 9. True? Do I need to show you on my calculator? Oh, well, here, it's on here. Look. So 0.08, that 8 tells you to go up to 9. So that's 9 cents. So Y equals 9 cents per ounce. Okay? Now, okay, look at that word right there. I'm not quite sure how to say it. I forgot to look it up. Interpolate the price 7 ounces. So if we looked at 7 ounces on here, look guys, on the graph, that means use your graph to find 7 ounces. That's 8, so 7 goes up. That's about how much for 7 ounces? No. 0.60. So about 60 cents for 7 ounces if we use the graph, right? If you use your equation, where am I going to put 7? And for what? And for X. I'd like to have heard everybody say that. Not just Jay. Guys, it's 7 ounces. So that's going to be what? 63 cents? 9 cents times 7, 63 cents, which we said about 60 cents. Now, on the next one, can we use the graph to find out for 50 ounces what the price would be? No, but we can use the equation. So that's the smartest thing to do is write your equation for the trend line. How much? Look, 0.9 times 50,
45.
0.09, excuse me.
45.
No, $45.
$4.
It's 60 cents for 7 ounces and $45 for 50 ounces. Thank you. Guys, use that calculator, please. Use the calculator, please. It's 0.09 times 50. It's $4.50. That wouldn't make any sense, $45 for. Okay, look at page 405. Look at that graph and look how weird it looks. Look at that. How strange. X right here. Okay, how many of you have been sitting in your car? The car's not running. You're just sitting in it watching it. Okay? And you get outside and it's freezing. You're sitting in the car. No, car's not running. You get outside. Why is it cold outside? Think. Wind chill. Wind chill. The wind, no, and sorry, I thought I was saying wind shield. Wind chill. The wind chill factor. Look, this is the wind chill in degrees Fahrenheit. I know. It's the wind chill and the wind speed. Okay, that we're comparing. All right? So, this looks weird because you've got negative temperatures here. But this is your X and this is your Y. So you're comparing the wind chill in degrees Fahrenheit to the wind speed. So what I need you to do is go put these points on there best you can. You're not going to have any of them that's going to be exact. Okay? And then answer number 7. What kind of association? Go put the points on there. And remember on these, you're not going to get any of them exactly where they're supposed to be. It's no big deal. As long as you get it close. Okay? What type of association is this?
Negative association.
It's going to be negative. Okay, so now we need to write an, oh, we didn't draw the trend line. Okay, so there's, my goodness, mine look like they're straight in a row, except for that one. So, I'm going to attempt. Well, I know. So this is a really strong association, isn't there? Okay, so what we need to do is, I moved mine a little bit from where I had it. It should be, mine should be over just a little bit. Okay, is there a point that you see that was just almost on the, what about 40 negative 7.9? I mean, that's almost on 8. Well, no, I mean, oh, I'm sorry. We're looking at the line. We're looking at the, oh, I know. I see it. The 20 and negative 2. Hey, didn't y'all? The 20 and negative 2. That one's closer to me. On mine. Is it close on y'all's? 20 negative 2. Okay. So let's use that one. And let's use that right there. At what point would you say that was? 0, 3, maybe. Okay, so let's go over how many? Well, from in it negative 20. From 20 to 0, that's going to be negative 20. And then we're going to go up. Well, we're at -2 up to about 3. What would that be? Up 5? Hey. Yeah. So we got 5 over -20, which is -1/4. So y equals -1/4 x plus 3. Does everybody see that? Okay, what does the top stand for? The y? Yep, that's the wind chill in 0 degrees Fahrenheit, right? And then this is the miles per hour. True? So it says, well, let's answer 10 while we're doing that. So what's dropping? Wind chill, right? The wind speed's going up. The x always goes up. Okay? The x always goes up because you're starting at 0 going up. Okay? But this is coming down. The y is coming down. So for every 1 degree Fahrenheit, it drops the wind chill. Okay, let's put wind chill. For every 1 degree it drops, what happens? What happens to the wind speed? Increases by what? No. What? Oh, no. Right here. No. It drops 1 degree. It goes up 4. 4 miles. It increases 4 miles per hour. The wind. Well, no, because look, we got negative on bottom because that's how we did our rise over the run. But when you're looking at the graph, guys, look, the x always goes up. That's what I was trying to tell you. The x goes up. So it's the y that's coming down. So for every 1 degree that the wind chill drops, that means the wind increased 4 miles per hour. Okay? All right. Now go do the bottom one. Put the points on there. And we're gonna have time to check it tomorrow. And make your scatter plot, draw the trend line, and try to write your equation. Does everybody understand? And they give you 2 exact points, so everybody's equation should be the same. Yes, it did. Okay, so hey, before you finish, everybody stop. When the points are close to the trend line, what do you know about it? Strong trend line, strong association. When the points are going up, it's what? Stop, freeze. When it goes up, it's positive. When it's coming down, it's negative. When they're all over the place, no association. Very good. Okay, start drawing. And how do we draw the equation from what? We might write the equation from the slope and the y-intercept from the trend line, not the points. Okay, good deal.